So once you have a system of actually how to like run the business. So when I say system, I'm talking about a business operating system, not, StreamYard, Follow Up Boss, YouTube, whatever. Like those are different type of systems. One of the big things that they teach you in EOS is you have to have all of your processes documented and followed by all. So processes is so huge. If you want to scale up an organization, there's got to be processes that everybody follows, or SOPs as they're often referred to in the military and a lot of other things. You got to establish a system of SOPs of how do we do things, right? Here we call it the Whissel way. Like that's how we do it, the Whissel way, right? So naming is a huge thing, right? Like name everything that you do, whether it's internal or external, right? We have marketing things. We have something called the 7-day listing launch, which is just what do we do the 7 days before we launch a listing, right? When some of that is photography, social media, like things we all do, but when you give it a name, it actually means something.
Yeah. And just imagine saying that to a client, right? Hey, we're going to put you into, you're part of the Whissel way. We're going to put you into our 7-day launch. Oh, 7 days. Yeah. Nobody's told you about that. Yeah.
By the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, right? Like that, it's very different than just telling them 7 things you do. When you actually trademark what you do, it hits different. Even though it's the same thing, when you give it a name and you trademark it, it's completely different. So building out these processes, we use a system called Trainual. So training and manual mixed together. It's called Trainual. That's our system of choice. If you guys ever want to talk about it, DM me. I'll connect you with them. They're great. But now we have everything in Trainual. So how do I do this? How do I do that? Basically, it's a whole frequently asked questions system, an FAQ system. It's also a LMS, or a learning management system. So we can record all of our trainings to teach people the Whissel way of doing things. And that's the learning management system side of it. And then it's to support that, there's also the frequently asked questions part of it. So we train them inside of Trainual, and then they also have the FAQ where they can go in and just type in like, how do I submit this form, or who's the vendor for this, or whatever. And all the answers for everything they ever need are all inside of that system, which if you want to scale, you need to make sure that people are all following the same system, because if everybody's doing their own thing, it's a train wreck. I don't even know how you support people. Like I've talked to some people who run teams and they're like, I just let my agents hire their own TCs. I'm like, huh? Wow. Like, how the amount of time you're going to spend trying to make sure all these TCs give you what you need for a complete file, like that's insane to me, right? Everybody does it the Whissel way. We all do it the same way. So you have everything, all of your SOPs in there, and then all of your frequently asked questions in there. And then the other thing that we do is we've invested money into good quality video equipment for our office meetings. And we do like a daily huddle. So we record everything, and then everything that's recorded goes into Trainual as well. So every meeting we've ever done is in there, right? Every huddle we've ever done is in there. Like I did a huddle this morning that was on how to increase a buyer's affordability by $100,000. Like that's a good meeting that people should be able to find anytime. Right? We don't want to hide that to where it's impossible for people to find that. So having a system like Trainual that can have all of your SOPs and your FAQs and hopefully your recorded meetings, having those all in one place, the amount of time that saves me and my team answering questions is insane.
Yeah. You don't want to be the guy that has to repeat yourself for things that can be easily uncovered. And I love that, right? Because I've seen like a lot of teams, they'll create a lot of static type of documents and SOPs that are not active. And meaning you can't get to them, right? They're on Google Drive, but how do you use them? How do you find them? Nobody knows. So I love that, being able to put it in there, because it has to be searchable. They're there. That's how they become active and a part of the day-to-day execution of being able to effectively do what it is that you're there to do.
Totally. And then we have inside of Slack, we have a Trainual channel. So what happens is as people ask questions or they like mention a vendor, anything like that, if we believe that that's something that would be valuable for the future, we just push that Slack post to the Trainual channel. And then there's a person who takes the information and extracts it from the conversation and puts it into Trainual. Because if we see a conversation happening in Slack and we know that conversation is likely to happen again, or maybe it's already happened in the past, let's avoid ever having this conversation again. Let's put this information into Trainual. And now the next time somebody has a question, they always know they go to Trainual first before they go to Slack or anywhere else to ask their question. So now if somebody has that same question again, it's not going to take up anybody's time or distract anybody. It's going to be, the answer is going to be in Trainual. Or if somebody worked with a new home inspector or a roofer or a plumber and they had a good experience, we'll put them into the vendor section of Trainual, because those are the most common questions that get asked. Is vendor stuff. So all of our vendors are there, right? So the agents, if they need a plumber, they type plumber in Trainual and boom, all the plumbers are in there with their contact. And the one thing we've done too is we make sure that if an agent is going to recommend a vendor, they have to have used them and they're willing to put their name on them. So that way, if I call Bob the plumber and he's not doing a good job, I could see Brian recommended him. And I'm like, hey, Brian, can you call Bob? Because I'm having some problems with him. So we won't just throw like, oh, my friend's a plumber, can we put him on there? No, unless you've used him and you'll put your name on him, we're not adding them to that vendor list. Because we need to make sure these guys are going to be a good representation of our company.